Good afternoon, pinheads. This is Daz with another video for you. Today I'm going to jump on the Addams Family and have a bit of a look, see what happens when you get the tour of the mansion, which is almost like wizard mode on the game. And in the same ball you get it again. Because the footage you're seeing right now is what happens. I'm playing in limbo basically, there's nothing to go for. Yeah, your bumpers are flashing, I'm not sure what they're worth, but there's nothing to go for. You can get your bear kicks and things like that, but interesting scenario. So I'm going to show you how that unfolded and how it all went. But before we do, I just want to explain that I'm not really going to be doing tutorials as such, because they've been done to death, and there's guys out there that can do tutorials way better than I can. So maybe later down the track when I get a bit more editing experience and things like that, I might. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is just show you gameplay from my perspective, from an older guy's perspective, and maybe just a lot of nuances and things like that. Like every single game has their nuances that aren't part of the rule sheet. Things like how you can trap balls from return lanes and how balls bounce from certain things like holes and whatever else, and things like nuances, and also maybe a few things you might not be aware of in the rule sheets as well. But as I said, I think all that's been done to death. So mainly just to show you a few, like for instance today, what I thought was unusual was busting your balls to get, and I mean that literally, to get the tour of the mansion by the second ball, and then you get it again on the same ball and you get very little reward for a lot of hard work. So an interesting scenario there. I think you're better off, well, maybe not just sacrificing the ball, but yeah, you could play for hours and not really get anything other than a few bear kicks and things like that. So let's have a look, see where it went, how it went. I'm going to start off, I think, a fair way into the game, and I'm pretty close to getting my first tour of the mansion. So let's jump in and have a bit of a look. I'll do a little bit of commentary here and there, and I might pause here and there too and maybe replay a couple of things that I thought that were pretty good. All right, so let's have a bit of a look. Cheers. Alright, so I've jumped ahead to the second ball. I've just locked my second ball, I believe. Yep, and I'm going for thing multi-ball. So what's going on here is I've locked two balls, getting ready for three ball multi-ball. What I want to do with this plunge is try to get the skill shot, the sinkhole up the top, which will set me up for a shot on the left ramp with the upper flipper, for a double jackpot or a triple jackpot depending on the scenario. So let's see how that works out. Okay, plunge into the hole, perfect, off the flipper, left ramp, jackpot, scored. Yeah, very nice, went as planned. Our next go-to shot is the bookcase up the top right hand side. That will relight the jackpots. Let's have a crack. And bingo, we're in. Jackpot's relit. And as you'll find often on this game, multi-ball can be very short-lived. So we're just going to start rolling with our mansion now, trying to get all the mansion lit up. Cutting it. Extra ball on score. Shooting those bear kick ramps. Always like to hit the multipliers when it's lit. If you get, I think over five times you get an extra ball lit, so it's well worth it. A couple more mansion lights to go. A quick multi-ball. These multi-balls I don't really take too much notice of. I don't like them too much because you've got that silly, what do they call it, the power, throwing the ball over the place. Doesn't excite me too much at all. The amount of points you get for it, I don't really stress out too much about it. I'll have a crack at it, but like I said, I don't really get all that interested in it. So I'm still chasing the mansion there, trying to get the chair. There it is. You'll notice it says that extra ball is lit and it's not lit. That's because I have maxed out my extra balls per ball on this ball. So essentially, yeah, I didn't get that extra ball. So we've got 2 more shots to get Tour of the Mansion. Just in case you're not aware, there's 2 ways to light up the mansion windows. And the first way is the bear kick, and the other way is the electric chair. And I like the electric chair because when it ejects from the electric chair, you can let it bounce off the left flipper and automatically get a right flipper backhand right up the bear kick ramp again, which will essentially light up the electric chair again. You get a shot back in there and rinse and repeat. So hopefully I'll get a chance to show you that a little bit later. But for now we'll pause and I'll explain what's going on. I've got to get 1 more, I think it's Raise the Dead, to complete the mansion and go for a Tour of the Mansion. So I need to hit the electric chair, but what will happen then, it will stay lit because it's the last window and Tour of the Mansion will be available. You don't have to hit a bear claw or anything else to relight the electric chair after you get your last window. Tour of the Mansion's automatically lit. So I'm going to get Raise the Dead, and hopefully pretty quickly after that I'll hit the chair again and try to get Tour of the Mansion. So let's have a crack. Nice. So we have Raise the Dead. Tour of the Mansion's lit now. Let him bounce over and awesome. Second ball Tour of the Mansion. So let's try and get Tour of the Mansion again. But before we do, I'll just explain how it works. When you've got Tour of the Mansion and it starts again, it starts off with, I don't know, roughly half the windows already lit. I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure what determines what windows are lit or not, or whether they're always the same. I can't remember, but once you've got your Tour of the Mansion, the windows, or the next window that's available is automatically available. You don't have to hit the chair again or anything like that. And once that time's out, and that's generally Cousin It, I think, once that time's out, the next one automatically starts, and it just keeps rolling over like that. So you don't have to hit anything to trigger the windows. After you've got Tour of the Mansion once, they'll automatically restart as long as you're on the same ball. I'm not sure what else to tell you about that, other than once you do, if you're on the same ball, you're going to be stuck with nothing else to do. So I'm not sure whether that's a flaw or whether it's designed like that. They just reckon you've done enough, and you know what, you can just flounder around for the rest of the ball. But let's have a look. I start playing in 2 minds here because I wanted to sort of show you guys what happens when you do get Tour of the Mansion twice in 1 ball. And to do that, I didn't want to lose this ball. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to look like a bit of a hack if I sort of sit there camping with the ball while it times out and that sort of thing. But I didn't want to lose the ball either, and you're getting very little value out of trying to, score Cousin It and all that sort of thing. Very little value for little reward for the danger that's involved, because if you lose your ball, you have to start your mansion afresh, and I wouldn't have been able to show you the Tour of the Mansion twice in 1 ball, I think, glitch. So like I said, while I'm trying to score all these things, I do what I hate doing. I camp a bit, like you can see here. It's interesting though, you'll also see that while you are camping, or I call holding the ball and letting the timers count down, camping. While you are camping, it doesn't let you do it forever. You'll see here that the timer has stopped on 5 because I haven't done anything for a while. So every now and then you've got to hit a switch, like I just did then, and then the timer will start moving again. So the Cousin It timer's counted down. Now I've got the next one, which is that wretched seance. I hate that. So what I'm going to do with that one is camp again. Again, I don't like doing this. I don't normally do this, but in the interest of getting it twice to show you what happens, I'm going to camp. So I've done that. It's the timer stopped, so I had to hit a switch again. You'll see it's counting down again. As you'll see, it's just scrolling through the status report there. That seance is nasty. Incidentally, if you are playing regularly and you get the seance, hold the ball for a few seconds and you'll get a bit of a reprieve from those stupid magnets for a little while. I'll come back on again once you start playing, but you do get a small reprieve. Where are we rolling now? Again, I'm camping, counting down. This might be a bit boring. I'm half tempted to sort of move forward here. I mean, you just don't want to be sitting there watching me hold the ball on the flippers to let the timers count down. That's a bit boring. So what I might do is I'll move forward until I've got the last window, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, so we're on our second ball still. We haven't lost the ball. We've got 2 extra balls, and we've got our Tour of the Mansion. We've got every window bar one for the second time on the same ball of Tour of the Mansion. So we're going for our second Tour of the Mansion, and once I do that, you'll see there's nothing else to go for. And remember to keep in mind that I don't have to hit anything to trigger that last window. It's automatically going to trigger itself, so you'll see that happen in a second. And there it is. Tour of the Mansion for the second time in one ball. Now normally there'd be absolutely nothing there to go for, but I do have thin multi-ball, which I just hit right there, as left over from the second Tour of the Mansion. But other than that, nothing left to go for at all. So I'll roll through this thin multi-ball probably pretty quick, because yeah, I generally don't really do well at thin multi-ball at all because of those bloody magnets. I think I'll pause it there and just explain one of those nuances I was talking about before. So because I've got the silly magnets on, the seance magnets, and I'm about to get a 2-ball multi-ball, instead of flicking the ball all the way out to the sinkhole or right the way around the orbit to the pop bumpers, I'm going to let it trickle down, back down towards the swamp. And what it'll do, it'll exit the swamp, and if you put your right flipper up, it'll always, 99% of the time, it'll bounce off your right flipper and return down your right flipper in inbound return lane. So great way to get your multipliers if you haven't got them all, and also just another way, a great way to control the ball. And while you've got your magnets on, I guess the least amount of times you have to get the ball past them, the better. So aiming for the swamp on the kick out, on the plunge out, avoids those magnets altogether and gives you control of the ball. So let's have a look at that. I did almost flip it a bit, plunge it a bit too hard there. So as you can see, you do end up controlling the ball by doing that, and just one of those little nuances that I like to explain to people. Anything you can do to help your game, eh? Okay, so you might be wondering why I'm holding the ball there. Well, I'm just waiting for those silly seance magnets to stop. Like I said before, if you hold the ball for a while, you'll get a brief few seconds when the magnets stop, and that can be a huge help, especially if you're going for a jackpot or something like that, because once you hit those seance magnets, especially with 2 balls out, you're not going to last very long. Shooting around, trying to get a couple of jackpots if I can. There goes the first ball, lost. So now, like I said, I've done Tour of the Mansion twice, got my multi balls, nothing much else for me to do, and I'm, like I said, stuck in limbo. All you can do is flail around trying to get your bear kick count up, and not much else you can do. The outlane's a little bit special, like I said, which is my extra ball, which is maxed out. I don't know why this is the case, whether it's a glitch, whether they just thought to themselves, you know what, he's done enough. Let's just let him tread water for a while. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't expect people to be able to get this far. So I guess there's no real interest in me sitting there floundering around like that. So what we'll do, we'll move forward to where I've lost that ball and to the bonus count, and we'll go ahead and carry on with the game and see what we can end up with. I'll do a little bit of commentary as I go and see how we go. So yeah, it's a good game for bonus count. You get a lot of bonus, especially if you get your multipliers up. You can get, I've seen it up to 100 million bonus. Skill shots, I've been missing a few of those. My plungers glitch out when I record. I used to think it was because I was losing tracking sometimes, but I've discovered it's only happening when I record. It sort of glitches out, so occasionally I'll try to plunge the ball and I'll think I've got it right on the sweet spot, and it'll fly straight around the thing, or it won't even go halfway up the lane. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Now we're starting our mansions all over again. Extra ball, you can see the mansion window for extra balls already lit. That won't be available to me because I've maxed out my extra balls, I'd say. Although I don't think I have. I just don't think it gives it to you the second time round. Okay, what are we up to here? Trying to get a few three-way combos in. I'm not really all that enthused about trying to get the mansion again at this stage. I think I'm just messing about because my whole goal of this video is to show you guys what happens if you do get it twice in one ball toward the mansion. So I did that. Second ball I got toward the mansion. I got it again on the same ball. Scored a couple of extra balls. And yeah, we'll see how we end up. Getting those windows lit. Slowly but surely. I'll pause here, I'll flick through it and I'll see if I can find some things that are worthwhile watching. I'm not sure that you guys are going to want to sit through the rest of the game. At the end of the video I'll leave the whole unedited game there for you to watch if you want. I'll let you know when that starts. That's for those that are interested. You can see my flaws and my good shots, and yeah, I'm as human as you guys. I just happen to be able to get high scores for some reason. I'm as baffled by it as you. Like I said, I'm no gamer. I'm just a bloke that likes pinball, and I guess maybe it served me well over the years. When I say well, it entertainment-wise. I certainly haven't profited in any way, shape or form from it. But I guess enjoyment's priceless, isn't it? To be able to enjoy something that we all love so much. And to have it in VR like this is incredible to me. A bloke at my age, you know, has been dreaming of VR since the 70s, 80s, since I saw Battlezone in the arcades. And this to a guy like me is a dream come true, you know. A couple of decades ago I would have sold my house if I'd for a VR mask like this. If I'd have known we'd have pinball machines anywhere in the house we want. And people complain about the price point of this thing. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just old and, you know, I'm old school, and maybe I have an appreciation for these things because over the decades I've seen colour TV for the first time. I saw 3D graphics for the first time, and I saw VR for the first time, and lived through it all. things I never thought that I'd be able to see. So very, very grateful in that sense to be part of this community as well. Wonderful bunch of people. Some of the people around here run great YouTube channels, and they run some really good competitions and tournaments and things like that. So yeah, really good community to be part of. I'm not really into those tournaments and things like that. I mean, I've got the highest score on the machines. I don't see the point in jumping in there and beating everybody and stuff like that. I don't want to be that guy. Who's to say I could even be that guy? So I might wrap this up now. Thanks again everyone for watching, if you're still here and you've watched it this far through the video. I appreciate it, and next time I shall, not sure what I'll do next, but it'll be something, maybe another pinball, maybe not, I'm not sure. But thanks again, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, and if you find it worthwhile, tell your friends. Cheers everyone, bye.
Welcome, honored guest.
It's cousin it! The Mamushka!
Look, darling, just what we've been searching for. Go, man.
Aeons. Knock 3 times. Green. Straight to the ball. Why, thank you, baby. That's one. Feel done it. The power.
searching for. Perhaps it's in here.
Raise the dead! Out to the cemetery! Come on, everybody! And that's not all! Why, thank you, Bing! Have a nice swim. The Mamushka. Quick, multi-move. Who says you can't take it with you? Let's the hat. Raise the dead! Out to the cemetery! Come on, everybody! There, see what greed will get you? Straight to the ball! It's not plugged in yet.